Saki and Minase are chatting that the situation they are in currently is bad. Saki decides to go home. Her mother asks how things are going with Naoya, and her mother also asks how the sex life is. This gets Saki irritated. Her mother tries to assist her daughter's sex life. Saki is seen in a pretty bunny costume. Saki asks Naoya if he is turned on, and Naoya responds by saying he is a little bit flustered. Saki asks if Naoya feels like pushing on her, which Naoya responds by saying no. Naoya says he has promised her before not to do any sexy stuff. Saki tries to force him, however when Naoya decides to touch her boobs, Saki punches him and called him a pervert. She does seem happy though. The next morning Saki is seen to be in a good mood. Minase notices the bunny outfit and wonders what happened yesterday. Minase shows the outfit to Naoya and asks what happened. Naoya responds by saying nothing special happened that night. He makes a comment that the bunny outfit was excellent. Minase tries on her maid cosplay costume and asks what Naoya thinks of it. Naoya seems pleased with the costume. Minase proceeds to do what a maid will do for her master. In class the next day, Saki asks Milika if she has a crush on Naoya, to which she responds by saying no. Milika asks to talk to Naoya alone, which Naoya agrees to. On the rooftops alone, Naoya apologizes for his actions and even calls Naoya pretty and very attractive. Milika collapses after receiving so many compliments from Naoya. Milika thanks Naoya for preventing her father from deleting her channel, which she works very hard for. Milika confesses to herself that she really loves Naoya. Naoya's classmates ask Naoya what his relationship with Milika is. Milika responds by saying it is a serious relationship playfully. Jealous Saki responds by squeezing Milika's boob. In class, Naoya makes Saki sit on his lap because he thinks Saki feels lonely. Naoya mistakenly drops his eraser, and as he was about to pick it up he mistakenly grabs Saki's boobs. Saki's reaction made the whole class look at them and she feels embarrassed. At home Minase wants Naoya to hug her also. Naoya agrees to do so if Saki is watching to prevent her from being anxious. Naoya proceeds to hug Minase multiple times while Saki watches them. Saki starts imagining that things could get out of hand. Saki breaks the intense moment and punches Naoya. The next day we see Naoya, Saki, and Milika hanging out. Naoya asks Saki and Minase if they think Milika likes him. Saki says that Milika doesn't like him at all. She told him that Milika is probably on her heat period, and that's why she finds Naoya attractive. Naoya apologizes to Milika, saying that he thought she had a crush on him in the presence of all her classmates. Milika becomes flustered and takes Naoya to the rooftop. Now on the rooftop, Saki joins them while Minase peeps behind the door. Milika asks Naoya what he will do if she confesses that she likes him. Naoya responds by saying that he will turn her down since he is already dating 2 girls. Naoya also tells her being in a relationship is hard work. Milika promises herself angrily that she would make Naoya fall for her. Milika bursts into the classroom and tells Naoya that she likes him in the presence of her classmates. Naoya and her classmates seem surprised. Naoya asks her to repeat the sentence and she does so shyly. Naoya begs Milika to give up on him. However, Milika replies by hitting him on the head. Milika tells Naoya that all she thinks about is him and proceeds to kiss him. Milika tells him that is her first kiss and runs away. Meanwhile, these conversations were heard by Saki's friend Shino. Saki and Milika are sad because Naoya's first kiss was not done by them. Naoya, feeling uneasy, asks if he could kiss them. Saki responds by hitting him in the head, and telling him she doesn't want it now. Naoya apologizes to both of them and tells them he loves both of them. This statement gets the girls flustered. He also proposed to have a date with both of them, to which they agree to. They plan the date by shopping for a few new items. They shop for new clothes which Minase and Saki decide to wear. Unknown to them, they are been followed by Milika. Milika decides to follow them on the hot springs trip. Shino calls Saki to ask where she is going for the holidays. Saki tells her. However, Shino is beginning to suspect that Naoya is double dating. Shino makes it her mission to find out. On the way, Naoya holds both of their hands in public, for the first time since their relationship. When they got to the hotel, they spot Milika and Shino, who have been following them since the beginning of the trip. Shino asks if Naoya is double dating them. Minase deflects the question by saying she came with Milika. Since Naoya and Minase are separated, Naoya decides to look for her, so she could join Saki and him. However, the time he got to her place is not the proper time. Minase pushes him away and Milika promises to seduce him on the trip. Naoya, while looking for Minase, falls into Shino's bath. Shino asks him if he is double dating, however, Naoya tries to avoid the question. At the bath, Minase tells Saki some of her backstories, saying that she has to spend more time and effort than others to get things done right. She also tells Saki that she met the love of her life, Naoya, at the entrance exam to the school. Minase tells the story of how she came to know about Naoya and Saki. It all began with the entrance exam to the school. Minase noticed that Naoya has been trying to win Saki's heart since childhood. She also admires the way Naoya treats Saki. That was when she discovered that she likes Naoya and decided to learn how to cook, and how to stay in shape for about 3 months. Back to the present, Minase tells Saki that Naoya saves her in a way. Meanwhile, Naoya has been hearing their conversation. Naoya confesses that he heard the conversation. This makes Minase embarrassed and she starts to run away. Naoya and Saki chase Minase and tell her to come back. Naoya tells her to remember his promise to her. Naoya promises that she would not regret dating him. Naoya catches her, hugs her, and promises to be by her side and not leave her alone. The other girls catch up with them. Minase tells Naoya that she is going to trust him and gives him a peck. Naoya and the other girls were surprised. Saki asks if Minase is really going to fight her for Naoya. Minase gives a positive answer. Saki tells her to bring it on. At school, while they were eating at their usual place, Milika bumps through the window to join them. The 3 girls are seen hugging Naoya protectively. Shino sees them from the window and confronts them. Shino also promises to make Naoya fall in love with her. Thank you for sticking with us throughout this series. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Remember to leave your thoughts in the comments box below. See you and take care.